Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping injured bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. What's going on? So, I guess we can start it off with what's been going on around here. As you know, if you tuned in last week to the podcast, or I guess it's been almost 2 weeks now. We talked about the blessing, and we had our own little incident with one of our crew. Yeah. And then this past week, if you've been paying attention to the news here locally in Mason County, another motorcyclist lost his life. It hits hard because, of course, we're a small town, and he was known by a lot of people. I knew him. I mean, we're not, like, best friends, acquaintances, or anything, we don't, but because of Whatnot in the club and me hanging out with Whatnot, I did have the opportunity to meet Rick on more than one occasion. Super, super cool guy. Lots of fun to hang around with. Just a good dude. And then, yeah. Nobody likes to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it, especially me. I'm not a big fan of death in the first place. I don't do funerals. Just don't. Very uncomfortable. I mean, I have done them, but only when I feel like I really, really have to. That would be like mom, dad, that kind of thing. Excuse me. And then when it's someone who goes out doing something that I love, and I know he liked it a lot. I can't say if he loved it, but I mean, most people do. That tends to hit pretty close to home, and I really don't want to face that. So we don't talk about it. We don't do those things. And I'm guessing there's probably plenty of us out there, or you out there, that feel pretty much the same way. Yeah. So yeah, that hit pretty close to home. Pretty scary stuff. Sadly, we will never know exactly what happened. Being he was by himself, it was late at night. I'm gonna shoot for the moon and say probably a deer ran out in that neighborhood where he was at. It happens. It can happen to anyone. Just a sad deal. Like I said, he was known by lots of people just because he was. That's just the kind of guy he was. He was just. I don't know. I can't explain it. He was a good dude, very fun. And I mean, he first time I met him, we were acted like we've known each other for years. So that's just the way he was. We're gonna be missed by a lot of people. He was definitely a part of the community, so the community is mourning it. The motorcycle community, the softball community, basically just the community in whole. I mean, he was in just a big presence. Sad deal. Enough about that. We're going to move on to some of the stuff we did this past weekend. Just having fun. So Saturday, finally getting some beautiful weather here in northern Michigan. Saturday, we had to take the one and only Turtle down to Muskegon so he could test for his endorsement. Now, he had his endorsement before. Got it when he was, I don't know, younger. Didn't think he'd need it. And then recently, of course, he bought the bike. And then when he joined the Patriot Saints, one of our requirements is you need to have your cycle endorsement. Just one of the things we do, safety, not that endorsement really means anything, because, I mean, you can get it and not have any miles really under your belt. Turtle's been riding with us for a while before he even joined the club. So we knew he was a safe rider. Just a technicality in our club that you have to have your cycle endorsement. One of the requirements. I know plenty of people out there that don't have their endorsement that have been riding for years. Not saying they're not safe. It's just one of our club requirements. So Saturday we rode down to Muskegon to get him legal. You'll have to excuse me, it's early. I'm drinking coffee. I know, weird. Used to be this show was like powered by beer and bourbon. Now it seems like it's more coffee. I don't know. We'll have to do a beer and bourbon episode here one of these days again. Get some of the crew in here. Probably after the Father's Day ride, we'll do a live or something, maybe from the clubhouse. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, Saturday morning we went and got breakfast at our favorite breakfast spot, Cafe 106, right here in Ludington. Well, little shout out to them. They opened up early for us. So we went and had breakfast, and then we rode to Muskegon. We were going to ride the back way because we thought we had plenty of time, but apparently we didn't. So we jumped on the expressway and boogied down. And when we got there, there were several bikes there already, people that were waiting to test. I think one or two. I think two guys went before Turtle went. The whole thing took him maybe like 11 minutes, I'm going to say. Probably 10 minutes if you cut out the nonsense. I videoed it, so maybe you might see something on YouTube. I don't know.
So they have a motorcycle available, a nice little Honda 250, and the course is rather compact where you test. And I think that originally his plan was to use their Honda 250, and he pulled in and saw the 250 and thought, well, other than the engine discrepancy, only probably about 1,550 cc's difference between what he normally rides and that 250. Size wise, the bike, not that much difference. So he actually, and we were a little concerned that they weren't going to let him use his bike because it says it can't be altered too much and it should have a stock exhaust. And well, he's got a '07 Springer Softail CVO 110 Screaming Eagle, and it's loud. So he was pretty much planning on using his bike. But that did not happen. He ended up, well, he did use his bike. So and I videoed it just because I'm funny that way. I thought he did a good job considering the room. Like I said, it seemed compact. The half of the parking lot that they use doesn't seem like it gives you a lot of room. And I'm not saying that it doesn't give you the room, but because it's so compact, I think you feel like it's not enough room. If it was in a bigger parking lot, I think you'd feel different. I don't know. Just my feelings. I thought it was kind of smushed. So, yep, Turtle Pass. He's now legally able to ride his cycle all by himself. So then, of course, we rode back. And then what did we do? Oh, we went over to Chase Creek Smokehouse for dinner. It really was a beautiful day out. And I was surprised. Of course, we got there like at 4:30. I was surprised there were not like a bunch of bikes there. I think we were pretty much it. We did see a sweet El Camino, like a 60, I don't know, 768, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. Sweet car, and he put on a show when he left, which was cool. Yeah, so we went to Chase Creek. I don't know how many followers I have locally, but Dr. Reamer bought that. He's been buying up stuff left and right. We're, of course, waiting for the grand opening of Andy's on the avenue there. And rumors have it is styled after Kid Rock's bar in Nashville. And if that's the case, the place is going to be pretty cool to hang out. I'm looking forward to going and checking it out. So, yeah, nothing has changed. I don't know if it's just because, well, I shouldn't say that. They do have a new ordering point of sale system that the wait staff is struggling with a little bit. They've only had it for a week. So far, that's the only thing that's changed. The food is still very, very good. The prices are unchanged as far as I can recall. Again, I don't go there a lot, probably once a year. Usually during blessing, but we haven't gone the last 2 years, I think, during blessing. So, I'm checking in here. Someone sent me a snap, so we'll send them a snap. There. Give her something to listen to maybe a little bit later. All right, now enough of that nonsense. I know I'm terrible at multitasking. I can't do more than one thing at once. It seems like snapping and doing a podcast don't exactly work. We're going to take a minute right here and pay some bills. And again, Behind Bars Cycle Works, awesome place. Steel Horse Ranch, awesome place. Go see them. Anything you need done to your bike, go talk to Tim at Behind Bars Cycle Works. They do great work. They did the work on my bike. I'm actually going to talk to him about maybe doing the upgrade work on the new bike. I got stuff I want to do. I don't know how feasible it is, but they are the people who I would trust to do it. Because I've had work done by them. I've been to the shop. I've hung out with them. I know they do quality stuff. So definitely go check them out. All right. Couple other things I want to talk about. This one is kind of like the motorcycle headline stuff, the important, the cool stuff. If you pay attention to what's been going on with Indian, you know that they are launching their ARO, pronounced Arrow, line. Now, I don't know how much stuff they have. As far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only thing that I am aware of that they currently have in their lineup is some slip-on exhaust for their bikes. That's Arrow, kind of like the Screaming Eagle stuff would be. Now, rewind. Their new CEO, Mike Kennedy, formerly with Harley Davidson for like 20 some years. And before that was with Vance and Hines. And oddly enough, this new exhaust is from one of the, I don't know if it's Vance or Hines, one of them. It was in the development of this exhaust. So, yeah, there's that little interesting bit of information, but there's also another little interesting thing that I did some digging. And Mike was very instrumental in the, from what I found, very instrumental in the Harley Davidson CVO line. So then I find that kind of cool that now he's at Indian, and of course, king of the baggers, the bagger, high performance baggers have just gotten huge lately. So now Indian is going to do their version of the CVO with the Arrow. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Harley's just kind of sitting back on their laurels. I don't know. I am one to think that competition between brands is good. It makes each one of them push harder. So it'll be interesting to see what Harley does in response to this, if they do anything. I mean, they've kind of been the leader for so long. And now all of a sudden, Indian, which has been, like number 2, but really, have they been that close? I mean, really, if you look at it, the dealership thing, Harley's got so many more dealerships than Indian does. So service and stuff has always been so much easier on a Harley. If you're out on the road, you have a problem, there's a Harley dealer, usually not that far away. Indian, on the other hand, now, I don't know, I'd like to get some Indian owners on here, actually. And if you're interested, and you have experience with dealerships and breaking down and that sort of thing, maybe they don't break down. I don't know. Get a hold of me. shoot me a text, 231-613-2819. Shoot me a text, say, hey, Big E, I got an Indian, I got some stories I want to tell. Shoot me a text. I'll get you on the podcast. We can talk. We talk bikes, we talk Indians, we talk Harley, whatever you want to talk about. That's what this podcast is for. So I would love to hear from some Indian dealerships, even, Indian dealerships. If you're listening, get a hold of me. I'll invite me down to ride one. I'd love to take one for a ride. I have never ridden one. So yeah, I have sat on them, but I've never ridden one. And of course, I am gearing up. So you don't see what's always happening behind the scenes here. I'm not all over YouTube yet. I mean, we have our podcast pops on there every week and we got some viewers, but I'm building stuff here, putting stuff together. I mean, I'm spending money on freaking cameras, and so it's coming, boys and girls, it's coming. The thing I don't like about it is it's going to take me longer it's going to take more of my time to do a weekly podcast on video, because I can't just shoot it out there like I can like this. I don't ever edit these. I shouldn't say I don't ever. I have edited one episode for a sponsor that didn't like something that I said. So, I did edit that out of the episode, but typically I do not edit. And you know what? Probably in November, I'll let everybody know what happened in that episode. Yeah. It's going to take me a little bit more of my time to edit a podcast on video. I don't know. I have done some video editing on stuff. I do have some videos out there, so I'm not unfamiliar with it. I just know it takes a little bit more time. And I mean, those of you that I have like an hour's worth of footage from Tail of the Dragon from my 360 camera that I need to edit and get out as a movie, video, whatever. And I am planning on putting something together for our Wild Hogs ride. So, I mean, I'm gearing up for video on that. So I'm busy, and I am going to be making some moves towards video. So be ready. The whole Indian, I would love to get some Indian riders talking on here. That'd be great. I would also like to talk to some Buell riders. Buell here right in northern Michigan. I'm actually been bugging them for almost a year. I'm trying to get somebody on the podcast, but I think I'm banging on the wrong doors. I'm going to have to start calling. I've been sending emails and just not getting anything, and I'm going to have to be a little bit more persuasive. So yeah, I got that going on. What else did I want to talk about? Shit. I hate that when that happens. Damn it. I must be getting old or something. Oh yeah, all right. I remember now. So probably for almost as long as PP and I have been riding together, we have been talking about doing an iron butt. And those of you that do not know what an iron butt is, 1,000 miles in 24 hours. Pretty big deal. Very regimented, you have to take pictures, you have to have all this stuff, documents, and then you send it in, you get a certificate that you did the iron butt, you get put on a list, blah, blah, blah. Pretty cool. And I've been wanting to do one, and I know PP's been wanting to do one. Now his riding season's been screwed over for, I don't know, it seems like the last 3 or 4 years he's had issues. He's still not fully recovered from his accident last year with the tree at work, but hopefully He's not even planning on riding this year. So hopefully by next year he's good to go. And I'm going to talk to him about this because I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to get him on the podcast and get him on here and talk about it. But because I'm like geeked because I really want to do it next year. And especially if it can be worked into this iron butt thing, because that's what it is. So it's called the Bayonet Challenge, and Warriors Oath Veterans Motorcycle Club did it. And I missed it this year, but I've been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to do an iron butt, 1,000 miles in 24 hours. And that's what this Bayonet Challenge is. And I don't know if they're using anything like the iron butt to... And anyways, we're going to get him on the podcast talking about it because I'm geeked about it because I've been wanting to do one. And if I can do one and support my brothers down there in Niles at Warriors Oath, I'm going to do that too. So yeah, I'm gonna get somebody from Warriors Oath on here talking about that. Like I said, they just did it this weekend. I saw it like mid last week or something like that. And of course, these things take a little bit of time to plan. I can't just jump out and go do stuff like I want to always. My life has changed a little bit with my relationship. It changed for the better. It's not a bad thing. Don't misunderstand. It's all good. I'm actually drinking out of a cup, a mug, my coffee out of a mug from Breaker's kids who found it at a yard sale and thought of me. So I just thought that was like the coolest. So I have a new coffee mug that I've been drinking out of, not one of my Harley ones. It says Happy Paula Days, all because of Harley, my little pup, who the kids adore. Mom, not so much, but the kids adore. So yeah, I'm enjoying my cup of coffee. I'm getting ready to go to work, and I wanted to shoot out a podcast. I have had lots on my mind, so here we go. Still doing the quest for 650. If you aren't familiar with that, it's one of the episodes that we just did. Check it out. If you live next to a Harley dealer or close to a Harley dealer or happen to pop into a Harley dealer, and you want to contribute a poker chip, that would be awesome. I will post the mailing address for that poker chip and just put Quest for 650 on it. It'll be in the show notes, and or shoot me an email, midmichiganbiker@gmail.com, and I will send you the address, and we can go from there. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty big quest. Her and Eric from Bubba's Workshop have been working on these flags. They're freaking cool as heck. When they get them all done, I'll post a picture on the Facebook page if you're following me. They have one of them done. They are working on the other two right now. There's quite a bit of setup involved in this because the boards they're using are pretty much too big for his CNC machine. So he has to cut them in two parts, pretty much. So it takes a little bit of time. But the flags are cool. And he has some poker chip holders and stuff like that. And if you're interested in that stuff, he does have a Facebook page, or you can contact me and I can get you in touch with him. I will post some pictures of the poker chip holders that he has built for us. He has made them for us. They're cool. I'll post them and you can get a hold of them. He's made some for our club members, and he does pretty awesome work. So yeah, Other than that, that's all I got. I hope you're out there enjoying the beautiful weather we've been having. It looks like we're going to have good weather most of the week. They're calling for rain Thursday or Friday, I think, but yeah, I actually got caught in a downpour the other day, so we won't talk about that. Thanks to Breaker. Yeah, that's all I got, bikers. Life is short. Get out there and ride.
Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.